worked as a counsellor with children and young people for about 14 years altogether. A fair amount of that being in schools, but also a few out-of-school centres and some work in private practice. About 9 years working for Relates Children and Young People Service in Derbyshire. And prior to working as a counsellor, I actually worked as a primary school teacher, so probably about 12 years altogether, some of that part-time, of working in schools. I've been doing some supervision for about 10 years now, and quite a lot of that at the moment is working with counsellors who work in schools or with children and young people, and in the past supervised a team of counsellors working for Relate. And for 4 years I taught on a person-centred counselling diploma course in Nottingham. And have recently started working with Emma and with Temenos to develop a training course for counsellors who are either already working with children and young people or wanting to move into that area. So that's quite an exciting new piece of work for me at the moment.
Yeah, we're really excited about this at Temenos, and we've already got applications on the course, so it's really exciting, and we want to spend a bit of time letting people know about that, so thank you, Sue, for mentioning the course.
And my background is similar to Sue's, actually, in that spent since 1989 actually been working in schools, mainly in the sort of education side as a teacher, but fled from that a few years in, and but have stayed working in schools in different ways. So I feel I've got a good understanding of how schools work. Been a counsellor now for about qualified in 2000, so what's that, 15 years, is it? Yeah. So and most of that time I've been working with young people in addition to working with adults. Similarly with Sue, worked for a large counselling service as a young people's counsellor, and then managed a counselling service for children and young people's counselling, which actually I've really enjoyed that, and it gave me a real insight into, when you're a counsellor and things happen, it's sometimes, I think, unless you've had a foot in the management camp, you don't understand sometimes why those things are happening. So I feel that experience has been really, really informative in my work as a counsellor, actually, but also in continuing to do this kind of training. So I've always done other jobs alongside counselling, and I'm a dry stone waller. So I try to wall in the day, and then come dusk I turn into a counsellor and a supervisor. I move over to the dark side then, So I work as a supervisor, and I currently am sort of obviously doing the training work with children and young people, but particularly interested in incorporating the outdoors somehow into counselling. So I do walk and talk, and I'm running some courses around that. And I also have an interest in LGBT and Q sort of counselling, so all that sort of whole community work there. Yeah, so quite a broad experience, but children and young people have always actually been at the heart of what I do.